Good morning, everybody. And starting out for music history today, June 26th. Not that many years ago, in 2020, Bob Dylan becomes the oldest artist to top the UK albums chart. His album, Rough and Rowdy Ways, hits the top spot. And kind of dear to my heart, Bob Seger. He plays his first headlining stadium show in Pontiac, Michigan. So everybody enjoy some nature in the background. We will see where chat takes us today. Last night on Moggs, everyone was talking about David Clayton Thomas passing. He was the lead singer for Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And I looked it up on Wiki, and for some reason, at least the wiki page that I got to, did not show him as being a band member. So don't necessarily trust wiki. Good morning, Mr. Lee. And Mr. Lee, the funny coincidence was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had used. I got you, Mr. Lee. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had just used the Blood, Sweat, and Tears song, You Make Me So Very Happy, on a post, just thanking you guys that come to the morning shows and for showing up. I appreciate y'all. Well, I appreciate you saying hello. Uh, Michael Hay, Michael Haywood said good morning this today just before he ran off to work. So I appreciate you taking a second or two to say hi. And I hope that your day is a little bit cooler than it has been of late. Well, I know how busy you are, Mr. Lee. And with the football games going on, I know you're probably not getting very much sleep. Let's see what the weather's going to be like. See what the weather's going to be like for Mr. Lee's part of the world. 95. Oh my goodness. You guys are not used to that, but at least your humidity's low, 33%. That is 33% humidity is way low. You guys be sure to drink a good amount of water or fluids today. Be careful walking across carpet. Static electricity will be huge. And for our friends over on the Rumble side, Rumble still does not have Nightbot. Sonia, great to see you. Let me remind you, send me an email, please. And I'm not going to bug you anymore, but this is information to help you. And my email is posted. Sonia, I hope you had a great day. And I hope you got a smile out of the zebra comment. Yeah. What are you having for dinner, Miss Sonia? And by the way, Sonia, you are welcome to come up on the panel and tell us. Yeah. I was about to say, Sonia had a live video, and she had a black and white striped top on, so that's why I was referencing the zebra comment. Raymond, good morning. Good morning to you and Norma. I know, Sonia, you are always working hard. There are so many people that come in to the morning lives that are very hard-working people. And Sonia is not only working hard, she is working hard to help people. Uh, it doesn't matter, Sonia. It was just something to say so that I could leave you a comment. I try to go to channels and leave comments as much as I can, but it's getting difficult for me to cover everybody. I think I left you. I'm pretty sure I left you a comment of the. I think it was a flower, had a dress that had flowers on it. That was your best. That was Sonia at your best. Even when Sonia is having a bad day, she has a smile on her face, and she is work in helping people. She does charity work, she does her job, and she does YouTube. Elsie, good morning. Thank you for coming in today. I know, Sonia, and you, you accomplished that balance of being happy and not ignoring problems. You still address problems. YKB, thank you, sir. I did the weather for Mr. Lee, and it said 95 degrees. I mean, uh, that's like uh, 35 centigrade. That's hot. And but at least the humidity was low. Make sure you drink plenty of fluids today. And Sonia, you said you were still cooking dinner. What are you cooking for dinner, Sonia? Yeah, you're a couple of degrees cooler than Mr. Lee, but only a couple Fahrenheit. Mhm. Remember to replace your electrolytes. Oh, Sonia's in big time tonight. You know, YKB, this past Sunday when I was hiking, uh, I was showing some people around the park because it was Sunday afternoon and lots of people. Okay, I'll I will be sure to check it out later today or when you post it. Is it on bagpipes by chance? The new music, MTB. Hello, MTB. Yeah, that was one of the things about Sunday afternoon. I was going to say, I met uh, one of the people I met was from like Wisconsin, and they had on their native attire, and it was so colorful and unique. I really enjoyed that. But in showing everybody around, I was really pushing the limits in order to. Some people from out of town, they weren't going to be able to come back, so I wanted to show them the best places. And I was getting ready to do laundry, and that shirt I wore Sunday had white stripes on it from where I had uh, exuded salt. My favorite bagpipe story is the first lead singer for ACDC. They were doing a song, and they recommended bagpipes. And he said, "Sure, I'll play them." He'd never picked up the bagpipes before, so he went and he learned enough on the bagpipes in order to play in the song. Yep, Bon was a character. I later learned that he had actually told the band if anything ever happened to him, he wanted, uh, he named the replacement, and that's who replaced him. It was like just in general conversation. And I think the current lead singer, he's got some kind of liquor that he sponsors or has his name on, and he's living in Florida. Yeah, Brian Johnson. See, you know more about ACDC than I do. It would take me 3 or 4 minutes to dig those names out of my memory banks. But Bond had seen him perform in another band, and he had just in passing told the other band members that that if he ever needed to be replaced, that's who he wanted. I mean, it was just a passing statement. And I think, well, I think the whole band, they just did a great job. I mean, it's hard to beat Angus on lead guitar. So, going over this morning music history, are you a Bob Dylan fan and Bob Seger fan? Yeah, I never would have gotten that YKB. I never would have gotten that because I didn't know that was the name of his previous band. It was probably the late '80s before I really developed a taste for ACDC. I mean, I liked one or two songs that was popular, but I never got into them too much. Thank you, Sonia. I hope you're able to enjoy your dinner. Oh, I didn't know Kathy had a favorite. I don't think I've heard of them. Oh, never mind. I figured it out just before you typed it, but just barely. When I first saw the name, what I thought it meant was not what it meant. Oh, I can only imagine what Ozzy would come up with. Rest in peace, Ozzy. Ah, got you. See, we would put two S's in there and an IE. At least that's the way I've usually see it. But see, that's the good thing about accents. Sometimes they can be fun. My One of my favorites is Boston. They pronounce Peabody very differently than we do here in North Carolina. We would call that Peabody. And if you ever watched Bullwinkle, the cartoon, it was Mr. Peabody. But in Boston, it's Peabody. And I don't know why those differences. I don't know why those differences interest me so much, but they do. Sharon still has not held her pact promise with Ozzy Osbourne. She promised to join him after. Well, she's just taking her time. It's like a bunch of people here said that if a certain person got elected into office, they would move out of the country, and only one of them did it. And even though they moved out of the country, they keep coming back. It's like I tell people, uh, you know, people can say anything. Talk is cheap, and but I'll listen to anything people say, but I watch what they do. Wasn't that a character on Home Improvement, the TV show? Never showed his full face. He was always peering over the fence. That's it. How much American TV do you guys get over there? Because, I mean, I know in England they have to pay a tax, uh, and the tax pays for the television. Here, we've got over the air television that's pretty much free and all kinds of streaming services that are no charge, but they play commercials. Oh, yeah. Wilson was a smart guy. If you guys would hold the fort for just a minute or two, I'm going to pour the last cup of coffee out of that coffee pot and rinse it out. I will be right back. Oh, good, good. I said the last cup is actually the last half cup. Yeah, my coffee pot lies to me. I call it out all the time for lying. It says I drink 10 cups a day. It's only 2.5. Oh, Taxi and Cheers. I was a huge fan of both of those shows. Laverne and Shirley, I watched quite a bit, but Taxi and Cheers, big time fans. Oh, how far did you go on your bike today? How many miles or kilometers, whichever one you use? Sonia, thank you for hanging out this morning. I appreciate you because I know how busy you stay. And like I said, Sonia, you're welcome to come up on the panel and say good morning to everyone. Sonia is high energy. Northwoods, good morning, sir. I hope you're having a good day. That's okay. I appreciate you stopping in. Northwoods last night, they were talking about David Clayton Thomas passing away. And 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had used one of Blood, Sweat, and Tears songs in a post because you guys that come in to chat and come to the channel for Saturday night or during the week, I appreciate all of you. And I had used You Make Me So Very Happy. So, kind of a funny coincidence there. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, they were hugely popular. I think I was about 13 years old, 12 or 13, when they first hit the music scene big time. And I know how YouTube is as far as notifications. I try to post a song or interview or something to do with music every Wednesday afternoon. Just a little music topic along the way. And for tomorrow night, we're just going to have kind of a general topic, whatever chat brings up. We're still, or at least I'm still figuring out what you guys enjoy the most. Viper. Absolutely, Northwoods. And that was one of the things I liked about Blood, Sweat, and Tears. They used horns. Uh, the Grassroots, they used horns. A little bit of Three Dog Night, not too much. And Cake, they use horns quite often. I I don't know a lot of songs by Cake, but long long skirt, short jacket, or short skirt, long jacket. Yeah, short skirt, long jacket. That's a really good song, and they have horns in it. That and Going the Distance are two of their more popular songs. Viper, tell us a little bit about where you're from, what country you're in. If you're in the United States, what state? And again, for our friends over on the Rumble side, uh, they still haven't gotten Nightbot set up over there. Northwoods, if if you haven't already seen it, I highly suggest you look up Doc Severson and him performing Last Tango in Paris. He did it live on the Tonight Show, and to me, it is just amazing. Oh, cool. Yeah, Chuck Negron, he was a wild guy in the 70s and 80s, but he turned his life around. He was actually working to get Kurt Cobain back on track, and then Kurt kind of left us. But Chuck could sing, and he was a comedian too. He could sing in a serious way and make you laugh. I've seen a few of the live performances. I got to see. Really, it was the only one that was left in Three Dog Night was Danny Hutton. I got to see him perform live when I was living in South Carolina. Yeah, man, that is so cool. Everybody say WTF Mike 3 times, and he'll be here. If he's not already here. And Northwoods, that's one of my playlists is trumpet. And feel free to make suggestions. Any good trumpet I can add to it. I don't think I have, but Doc Severson, Herb Alpert, and Al Hurt. Those are the only three that I have. And I don't care what anybody says, flugelhorn is not trumpet. In my opinion. Good morning, Mike. How you doing today? Not only did everything go smooth today, even Rumble worked. So I'm live on Rumble and here. I might get this stuff figured out one day. Somebody might accidentally think I know what I'm doing. Mike, what time are you and Allie Mack going live this afternoon? Mike, that's true. I do wish they would. I do kind of wish that they would get Nightbot in Rumble. But usually, for whatever reason, in Rumble, people will watch, but they don't comment. Uh, at least in most of the channels that I go to over there. I never see Allie Mack. Three Central, that would be about 9 p.m. my time. 8 8 p.m. your time. For him, his time. Yep. I used to be able to tell the difference between a lot of those instruments just hearing them. But it's been so long since I was in a band. I mean, and my hearing is not the best. So they sound very, very similar. KC and the Sunshine Band used horns. Average White Band used horns in their big hit. I think Earth, Wind, and Fire used horns often, seems like. Yeah, back in the day, ELO had just about a full orchestra. But they kept trimming it down and trimming it down. Mike, it's like uh, yeah, I think I can bring this up. It's like they discovered that worker that had been uh, spitting on food in the restaurant while they were making it. There was a very prominent figure that did the same thing, and I made a comment on the YouTube channel that had posted it for them to search for that individual and uh, what newspaper it appeared in the story. Plus, I mean, the person talked about it in several conferences that they gave, and Northwoods, I am impressed that you know Tower of Power. Yes, they did. They really did. That's not a band that I would think of very much. It's like the Spinners. The Spinners had some really fun songs, and I always had wondered, Rubber Band Man. Why on earth are they singing about Rubber Band Man? Well, it turned out that there was a family member that was getting picked on, and the song was teaching them to bounce back and be themselves. There you go, Mike. See, that's the good thing about being in this morning live is everybody brings their own take on whatever the subject might be or the name might be. It, there, and it's like we've talked about so many times here the number of songs that came out that were really good songs in competition for one another. There's probably a lot of good songs back in the 70s and 80s that I've never heard. Frank, uh-oh, sorry Maggie, I apologize. Frank, give her an extra piece of bacon for me, please. I try to come on Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. for this channel, and the nature channel, I start it at close to sunup. And, since I stopped talking on the nature channel, uh, more people like that. And then constantly talking over here, for some reason, people agree with that. Go figure. But when I was doing a little talking over there, uh, I would lose people quick. Maggie deserves it. She does. And the other great thing about, and this is a double edged sword because it's got its good, it's got its bad. But in the last half of the 60s until the first half of the 80s, uh, you could hear all kinds of music on Top 40. I mean, they could, they could just play anything and everything on Top 40. Sharon, Good morning. Good afternoon now. I'm sorry. But I mean, you could hear a soul song, you could hear a rock song, you could hear just a easy listening pop song, all of the above, just back to back on Top 40 radio. Now, if I'm playing the radio, it's one little section. But I'm kind of glad that over the years they've started to consider Journey classic rock. In the 90s, they would never play a Journey song as classic rock, at least not the stations I listened to. Miss Sharon, what are you working on today? I know you're working on something. Frank, I listen to Casey Kasem religiously. Uh, I enjoyed that show so much, hearing the top 40 countdown and the music trivia that he would say. And he had a good grip on what was going on in the music scene. Uh, he, I remember when the Knack came out, and their first album was Get the Knack, and they were being compared to the Beatles and all this other stuff. And Casey said, yeah, there's some similarities here, but it's a little early to be calling them comparing them to the Beatles. And he was right. I mean, they were, to me anyway, they were a flash in the pan. Yeah, Casey did one of the voices on Scooby Doo. Yeah, Frank. Keep King cool. Good morning. Hope you're having a great day. Yeah, when he passed, she and his family were at odds with one another. It was just sad. But whenever money gets involved, people do stupid stuff. She went round and round with the family in the courts. That's it, YKB. For love of money is the root of all evil. Jeez, yeah. Good morning, Kathy Bates. Kathy, YKB was trying to tell us your favorite group. Can you verify what your favorite group is or singer? And please don't say Engelbert. I hope. Had a great voice, but geez, what a name. YKB, very true. Yeah, we're just here. We're visiting. Yeah, excuse me just a second here. Kathy, Bob Seger, that's part of today's trivia. Today is the anniversary of his first headline. Because in '76 he released Live Bullet, and he got to be popular. And he was in the stadium at Pontiac, Michigan. And Mike, I took care of that. I was wondering, and your input balanced me to the correct side. Boom, 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 boom. Now, Mike knows some music trivia. Let me tell you. I was lucky enough to see Bob live in concert while he was still 100% Bob. I don't know that his voice ever faded, but alto sax, he was still performing, and it was a great show. And I mean, this was before auto tune and all that junk. And they sounded live. The band and Bob Seger sounded live just like they sound on recordings. I mean, they were top notch. And Fleetwood Mac was the same way. These singers or bands that they can't perform live and sound anywhere near what they sound like on their records. Uh, Not a fan. YKB is pushing the accent today. YKB is at Pizza the Hut. And Kathy, uh, I do not remember a time that I cannot remember a time I got on a motorcycle and Roll Me Away did not play in my head at one time or another. So that would go back to he released that song in the early 80s, I think. Uh, Frank, I am so glad to see a Meatballs or Spaceballs quote. I, I I will always remember the first time I saw that movie and they did We're Combing the Desert. And it was just so funny to me. Maybe things will cool off, YKB. I mean, we are at that point in time in the year that the days will start getting shorter. When I went out and poured that last cup of coffee, the temperature on the back porch had already gone up 5 degrees. Yeah, Frank, there's so many funny things in that movie. I don't know that they could make that movie today. It might squeak by, but everybody is so sensitive. You can't say this, you can't say that. Yeah, I liked him. I liked him. He was a good actor. They jammed our radar. I think it's Raspberry. Yes. And they showed Raspberry pouring over everything. There's It was just a great movie. I was searching through what was available streaming, and Blazing Saddles come up, and I was tempted to watch it to see what if anything was edited out of it, even though it was a streaming service like Tubi or Pluto, whichever one it was. They couldn't make that movie today, and that movie is so funny. And when the guy was at telling the combination to the force field, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and the guy says, "Remind me to change the combination on my luggage." Now I'm wanting a raspberry donut. Yeah, Young Frankenstein was hilarious. Uh, the I watched something on the making of that movie the other day, and how Marty Feldman didn't tell anybody, and he moved the hump on his back from one side to the other, and it just cracked everybody up, and they made it part of the movie. And when Gene Wilder, in character of all things, said, "Wasn't your hump on the other side?" That was totally an ad lib. He was just trying to find out what was going on. And when Feldman said, "What hump?" That was another point in a movie that was just hilarious. Mr. Lee had to take off and get some work done. I, I had suggested that he watch Arsenic and Old Lace, a very old movie. It's funny. I don't know if they could even make that movie, and it was rated G back in the day. Oh, that was with the song "Everybody's Talking." That was in the movie, and it was Dustin Hoffman. Is that the movie you're talking about, Mike? I can't think of the name of it. If that's the one. No, Woody Allen wasn't in that movie. At least not the one I'm thinking of. But I think it was Dustin Hoffman, and I can see the guy's face, but I can't think of his name. It's the Angelina Jolie's dad, I think, was the other actor, and they were trying to get life going in the big city. Now, Woody Allen had some hilarious movies. Uh, Oh, I wouldn't know about that one. Uh, Harrelson has not been in too many movies that I really liked. The only one he was in that I was a fan of was White Men Can't Jump. Not sure I know that one. If a movie came out after 95, 96, odds are I haven't seen it. There's been very few that I would go and see. They just got too expensive, and people in the audience didn't always behave. All I had to do is wait a few months, and I could see it on DVD, or after 2010, I could see it streaming. I mean, in 2005, there was already illegal versions streaming online. I don't know. Roger Blair, good morning. What was the John Wayne movie where he chucks the kid and the mom in the lake because they can't swim? I don't know. I don't remember that John Wayne movie. In McClintock, everybody gets in the mud pit. And I think it's McClintock. He spanks his wife. As far as John Wayne goes, I like Big Jake. I think he was in a movie called Five Card Stud. Roger, I hope your morning's starting out good. Any pictures of that bear yet? Got me. Oh, and I know a lot of people didn't like the movie, but I like John Wayne in the Green Berets. Rio Bravo and Rio Lobo. The names were so close together. It's hard for me to keep the movies separated in my head, but uh, it both of those movies was good. Nikki, good afternoon, Nikki. How on earth are you doing, young lady? How's life on the island? Yeah, Hondo was good. Frank, are you singing these days on your channel? Well, I'm doing about as good as an old man can do. Life keeps kicking me down. I get back up and kick back. Uh, how did I miss that, Frank? How did I miss that? Is that blasted no notification? Uh, and trust me, folks, Frank can play guitar very well and sing well. He just does a really all around good job. And Nikki dear, she shows us what's going on and around her island. Always a lot of fun. WTF Mike is going to be going live this afternoon, sometime around 3 o'clock Eastern. uh, I know we've covered this time and time again, but I get so frustrated with notifications from YouTube. And I got tired of unsubscribing and resubscribing because it didn't always work. Well, YKB, at least your humidity is still pretty low. I mean, below 50% is usually comfortable. Exactly, Northwoods. That's exactly. Plus, I mean, I took up trumpet to uh, for breath control for the asthma, and it helped. I mean, it helped a lot. I probably should play trumpet now. Northwoods, what I always tell people is I save my singing voice for a fire or other disaster. If something like that happens, I will start singing in order to empty the building faster. Nikki, if I hope you're still there. If you are, I invited Gavin to be interviewed on the music channel, and he just is not interested. But I appreciate you giving me that information. Huh. YKB, I didn't know you had asthma. Well, I don't mind talking about the asthma these days because, I mean, I, I've got video proof that I'm in pretty good health. I don't want people walking on eggshells around me. Jeez. I don't know what to say about that, YKB. Well, any asthma, it's like I hadn't had an asthma attack and I couldn't tell you when. And uh, I bought some replacement pillows, getting new ones, and they were supposedly hypoallergenic. And my asthma got terrible. I mean, it was really bad a few months ago. And I had gotten some food and different things that I hadn't had before, and I just had to stop all of that stuff. And I finally figured it out by process of elimination. It was the pillows. But I mean, if you get, oh Mike, that's just bad. That's what I call dark humor. Oh, next thing you know, Mike will be saying that he sings "Bring what is it? Bring Me to Life." Amy sings that. Or maybe Berlin, "Take My Breath Away." Kathy Bates got quiet. She must be drinking coffee. This YKB, this really surprised me. Meatloaf had asthma. He would have oxygen tanks off stage uh, and use them when he took a break or at the end of the show. And band members said that it was not uncommon that after one of his shows, he would just be laying on the just laying on the floor, breathing oxygen to recover. And everybody got so used to it, people would step over him. I thought that was just nuts. Frank's got asthma. What's going on here? See, all these things going wrong with people's health. Something's going on in the background. I never got to see Meatloaf perform live. And if I ever would have been able to see him and Jim Steinman perform live together, that would have been amazing. Because Jim Steinman, he was just a fantastic artist in his writing. He wrote big hits for Air Supply and Bonnie Tyler. And he didn't write no stupid 2.5, 3-minute songs. He wrote 6, 8, 12-minute songs. Mike, that's not funny, but it's funny. Smoke them if you got them. Treezilla is looking pretty happy out there in full sunshine. Oh, Kathy, thanks. It's good to know you're still with us. Kathy, you don't have asthma, do you? In-A-Gadda-Vida is 17 minutes long. And then I couldn't tell you how long Alice's Restaurant is. But Alice's Restaurant is something everybody should hear once. I don't know of too many people that wants to hear it more than once. Well, thank goodness, Kathy. Everybody else in chat seems to have it. Thick as a brick. Now I got that song playing in my head. Yeah, Jethro Tull, the lead singer for that band, he would play the flute standing on one leg, and over the years, it messed up his hip. But boy, he had such a smooth voice. There wasn't too many of the Jethro Tull songs that I was huge fan of, but I always appreciated his voice ability to sing. No, that was the TV show Alice. YKB was here before you and Mike, Kathy. Bye Bye Miss American Pie. Yeah, that's a pretty good song. I don't remember how long it is. I just remember that Inagata Vita was 17 minutes, and they had to really cut it back for to get it to play on the radio. Yeah, uh, and Pete Townsend barely has any hearing left. Sorry, Kathy, didn't mean to mess you up. I knew it was long. Had the 8x10 glossies with the circles and the arrows and the paragraph on the back. Uh, there was one of the book resellers that's in Winston, and you can get used books, used CDs, and whatnot. And they had the album cover for Alice's Restaurant, and I mean just the album sleeve, no album in it, and I take it YKB, you're about to take off. Well, whatever you do, I hope you have a safe day, buddy, and maybe we'll see you later tonight over at Mike's place. Mike did a short live last week. It was only a couple of hours long. No, Mike, I didn't hear about him. What happened? It just fell off stage. Do you remember who it was performing? It's, it was like David Clayton Thomas, when he passed away, I learned about that on Mog's show last night. And when I looked up, when his birthday was and all of that, the wiki page came up for Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and he's not even listed as a band member on wiki, which is stupid. John P. What's going on, John P? Hello to you and to all your family. I hope that little one is doing well. I should have pulled out my Blood, Sweat, and Tears Greatest Hits CD. John P., what are we going to do with you? You keep getting sick too much of the time. Gotcha, John P. Thank you. Well, I appreciate you hanging around, but I hope you get your health issues straightened out there, buddy. Oh, okay. Hope the baby is feeling better. Yeah. Let's see if I can find something here. Musician Slap D falls off stage while performing. Oh no, that was a long time ago. Well, everything coming up is old. I'm not even going to try to sort through it while I'm talking to you guys. That's okay, Mike. Everyone knows this is ground zero for auto incorrect and typos. Oh, man in the audience. That's worse. Oh no, I hope nothing happened to Lionel. I liked him with the Commodores. I liked him as a solo artist. Yeah, Northwoods. I agree with you. It's not for me. Uh, I like what someone stated one time about rap music, something from nothing. But you can kind of thank Debbie Harry of Blondie for making rap music more popular, because Blondie's hit song Rapture was the first song to make the top 40 that had rap in it. In the original rap, they would have multiple people up on stage at the same time, and all of them performing at the same time, and you couldn't tell one from the other. Final Richie, that's a good one, Mike. I thought he made a good judge. I mean, because Lionel promotes other people. He's supportive of other artists. When he produced Kenny Rogers, he really did a great job getting Kenny to perform at his best. Yeah, there's probably one. Yeah, I remember those. The only real rap song that I have to admire was when Run DMC did Walk This Way with Aerosmith. And that's because had it not been for that collaboration, Aerosmith was pretty much washed up. Uh, After that song hit and was so popular, uh, Aerosmith released two albums not long after that, and we got some really good music. So have to give a hat tip to Run DMC for that, in my opinion, because I know everybody's not going to agree with that opinion. Uh oh, was it? I hope it wasn't James Hatfield, because James is also the lead singer. When I searched for that, it started, the first five results was like 5, 10 years ago. Well, any of them, I hate to hear that, because they're getting up there in age too, where they don't need to be falling off a stage. They could cause some serious problems. And I would say probably half of the people I know that's up there in age, their most serious issues came after they fell. I, Mike, you should do an audio tape or just an audio program of you asking Alexis crazy questions, because I bet you can come up with some doozies. It's like when the power was out and I called, Duke Power kept giving different times that the power was going to be back on. At first, it was going to be down for 6 hours, and then it was over 24 hours before it came up. And I called and I kept hitting zero until I got a live person on there. And you could tell the woman at the other end, she was not in the United States at all. And I started asking her questions. I would give anything if I had taped that so that I could replay it for you guys. But she said that there was something had hit the power lines, like trees or whatever. And I asked her, where did that occur? And she said she didn't know. And I said, well, how can you fix it if you don't know where it happened? And just stuff like that. And I went round and round with her because I was bored and not happy with the power company. So, June 26th, 2020, in music history, Bob Dylan becomes the oldest artist to top the UK album charts. His album was Rough and Rowdy Ways, and it hit number one this day in 2020. And Bob Seger in 76 was his first headlining event at the Pontiac Silverdome. Yep. Well, you got to hit zero enough times and just ignore the I don't understand that. That is not a valid input. Just keep hitting zero. I don't I don't own an Alexa. I don't have any of that stuff. The somebody I know upgraded their television and they gave me their old flat screen. And the first thing I did was I did a little circuit to trick it into thinking it was connected to Cat 5 it connected to internet that way, so that it wouldn't try to do a Wi-Fi, because Walmart bought out Vizio television, and I know they're going to get all the information, but I'm not going to make it easy on them. So, like I said, I did that little circuit to make the TV think it was connected to cable through Cat 5, but it's not. Nikki, thank you for hanging out this morning. I appreciate you, girl. I'm going to be ending the live stream shortly. And then I'm going to flip a coin whether I go to the river or to the mountain. Yeah, some people were calling it the slow drip disclosure, but I've heard several people tell me that the Spielberg film was one of the worst that he's ever made. So, well, guys, if I could request you to, leave comments, I appreciate those. And if you would go and check out the post tab, because every Wednesday I try to put something there music related. And one of them a couple of weeks ago was to thank you guys for coming to the channel. Oh, yeah. Take Me to the River. Great song. I hope everybody gets the day that they deserve to have. And as always, I hope only kind words come your way. For the people who's going to WTF Mike's this afternoon, I hope to see you there. And Saturday night, 8 o'clock New York time, we'll be live, and we're just going to have a general topic. We'll let chat kind of direct us. And we will catch you guys next time.